So the four trust busters that I'm going to talk about is number one, emotional mismanagement. And I'm going to go into depth on this in a minute, then I'll give you the solution. Number two, blind sides. Number three, appeasing. And number four, misalignment. So let's talk about emotional mismanagement first, then I'll check in again. I'll see if there's any questions and we'll go through the other three. So emotional mismanagement. Here's some behaviors that will make employees view you as what they will view as emotionally unstable. And it's really just mismanagement. In my upcoming book, From Conflict to Courage, I make the statement that conflict is not the problem, mismanagement is. So when we mismanage, it's because we don't understand the emotional part of our journey. And here's one: defensiveness, outbursts, and even harsh emails. If that's what you do to relieve your stress, even though they should know you're just blowing steam, people will be afraid of your response and they're going to avoid you or tell you only what you want to hear. The example I want to share with you is that I used to have a boss that would say, if I had a complaint, and of course I didn't understand how to make a complaint a valid complaint with a solution or make it palatable for my boss, but I would have a complaint and he would say, look, that's just the way it is. I didn't ask you to work here. And if you don't like it, find yourself another place to work. There was always thoughts that I had about solutions, but I was afraid to bring them forward because I just dreaded that interaction. And so part of what I teach leaders to do is how to have that emotional stability to be able to radically listen instead of just reacting to your own stressors. And I'll tell you, I'm still working on that in some areas of my life. On the flip side, the very reason some leaders avoid difficult conversations is they don't want to blow up. They don't want to react to someone's defensiveness. In other words, they don't trust themselves. So what that means is they don't have the conflict capacity to deal with those issues. And that's another thing that is going to be coming up in my book, because I realized that was an area where I was struggling. And I always think if I'm struggling with something, other people are too. So I always see myself as in the journey with people and teaching what I'm working on and what I'm learning. I'm going to check in real quick.